This is our 73 Monte Carlo, and to be honest, it's kind of a piece of crap. And the plan is now, it is currently December. Actually, it's January, like the 7th or whatever. We are planning on taking this thing to the Run to the Sun car show, which is about 5 hours away from us down in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. And I'm going to try to do my best to fix some of this rust and stuff right here. I've already fixed the fender, but the plan is to eventually paint this, but that's just not going to happen. This ugly silver color, which is faded to pretty much just a primer color. So I figured, hey, if it's going to be ugly, the engine's not going to be. So in this video, this is recorded after all of this has happened, because of course I forgot to record an intro. So in this video, me and my dad has basically made this motor do a complete 360 from what it looked like before. I'm not going to get too up and close, because that'll be in the outro, but it looks a heck of a lot better. So that was the plan for this video, is we took this ugly small block Chevy and made it kind of look like a little hot rod small block Chevy. Not really, but it's still cool looking. Now watch, once I get the camera out, these are going to be seizes everything. That one ain't. So that bracket right there, that whole bracket could come off. Yeah, it might as well. We ain't gonna need it. We might have to put this back. No. Yeah, this car has had some maintenance done on it halfway recently.
I think so too.
Because all those spark plug wires feel fresh. I'm going to say both the head gaskets, exhaust gaskets have been replaced at some point. Recent. Because all those came loose. The spark plugs is the only thing that look halfway old, because they've still got the green text on them. Really? Here.
Boy, I think it's going much.
Uh-oh. It should fit on there. Hammer.
Really?
You don't need a big hammer.
I thought you was going to give me a hammer.
You don't need a big hammer. Now touch it. I made that mistake the other day.
I can't get it out.
Drop it.
Here, get it out.
Just drop it on the ground. It'll come out.
No, it won't.
It will. Just drop it on the ground. Drop that thing on the ground.
What?
That'll come out like that. See?
There you go. It's easier with the impact, ain't it?
Yeah.
Impact won't reach back here.
There it goes. I thought. That valve cover came off good.
Yeah.
So things have gotten a little out of hand since last time you saw this. So last time I think I just recorded us taking the valve cover off. But since then, I don't know why I walked over there yet. This will be a separate video by itself. So we got all these out. What we did is we chopped it off right here. See, there's a line that goes up and go up here. We chopped the line off, and then we just put an impact on, like a 6-point, and we just zapped it right out of there. We actually decided we're going to do something different on the valve covers. We'll show you that here in a little bit. But not going to be painting valve covers, because I think I can make some others work. This intake is going to get painted. This is not the right way to do this. You're supposed to, not supposed to, but I would want to take this off. Just there's no point to. Long story short, the plan is this motor is going to get pulled at some point just to make the engine bay pretty. and paint the motor and stuff. Maybe go through it if it needs it. I don't think it'll need it though. I think we're gonna run and get some Chevy orange paint to not spray bomb, but you know, whatever a nicer word of spray bomb is to paint this intake. So we've been scraping all the crud and stuff out of all these crevices for like an hour now. You can see some leftover aftermath of that, so I need to vacuum all that up. So yeah, that's gonna get painted. That's probably what you're gonna see next. Over here, I think this is all gonna get cleaned up and stuff. And yeah, oh, we got a new water pump on order because wherever that one is, this one, it's just all crusty and old, and you know, $16 we can get a shiny one. There's the valve covers that I won't show you just yet. You can kind of see them in there though. So yeah, we're gonna run to get some paint, and try to make this intake look better. You know, it might not. He wants orange. That's fine with me. I think it'd look good if we do it right. But I was planning on black because it'd cover up all the bad spots and mistakes that we, you know, did or didn't clean up, you know. But we're gonna see how it turns out. It's neon.
It's not dark a little bit.
Let's say we get the right stuff. I feel like this one looked like it came out of a trailer park when we're doing it. Well, done committed.
Looks mighty orange, no.
Very orange. I ain't thrilled with that.
I ain't fond of that color either,
It's
really.
terrible. That's not Chevy orange, that's ugly. You just want to let it dry and shoot black over it? Don't fall.
Yep. I think it'll look good.
I ain't done yet. Hey, that looks kind of good. Painted all the brackets a flat black too. It's gonna look pretty good. Those dry a little bit more, they're ready to go back on there too. Alright, so like I just showed you, all that's kind of just sitting on there. And it actually, I was kind of like regretting painting the intake that horrible orange color. But putting all the other stuff on there to kind of tone it down a little bit, it does look really good. I thought that's going to be one of those things where you just regret it as soon as you do it. But I think it looks pretty good. And you know, it's ugly down here and stuff, but once you put all the brackets and stuff back, you won't see any of that. Cleaned up a little bit underneath there, but again, you won't see it. So right now we are waiting for plugs to go into the manifolds for the smog stuff. And I think there's some exhaust gaskets coming today too from the Amazonia. I cleaned this up a little bit yesterday too. Still not perfect, but this huge air compressor is, you know, it's still kind of cool. Not actually, literally, it doesn't cool anymore. It doesn't do its job because it's locked up, but it still looks cool. He is painting the EGR valve right there. Some of you guys are saying to just get rid of that, but the way this just clamps on there, it's going to make making a block-off plate a little bit harder, so we're just going to put it back. Also painted the coil like a semi-gloss. And the coil bracket, I don't know. I don't even remember what color that is. So here's the EGR valve right here. Hit it with some silver spray paint. I actually think it looks really good. So how this is supposed to work, I'll just show you, I guess. Well, not how it's supposed to work, but how it works on this car compared to like a square body, which is what we usually mess with. This has a clamp that just pushes down on it, like right there. That's what that is. So for example, on our square body, there's an intake over there. I'm not going to dig it out. The EGR just held down with like 3 screws, and you can really easily just make a block-off plate for that. With the clamp, I don't think it's going to be that easy. So we're just going to put this back. And reading up on this, it's not the worst thing in the world. So pretty much what it does is, I need a gasket. Where'd that go? So you got a little valve right here that this is operated by vacuum. So when this opens, it allows exhaust fumes or whatever, like gases, to flow into the intake to like chew it up again. When that happens, that allows, that just needs to come off, I guess. So when that happens, that allows the engine to not run as efficient and not make enough boom as what it's supposed to, or what it could. And that allows your engine to run cleaner and most importantly cooler. And no doubt you do lose horsepower when you leave this on here. But as it operates on vacuum, since it operates on vacuum, your engine goes to 0 vacuum at wide open throttle. So when you goose it, your engine's not, you don't have any vacuum, so that's not going to be operational. So you're only losing power just like puttering around town. Like when you really need all the gooses, like all 120 horsepower this thing makes, it allows you to have it. Humans, no doubt, with their vehicles are making an impact on the planet, but I'm also going to be honest and say that I'm going to be dead by the time that we have any ramifications of that. So I don't really care how my engine is affecting the planet, so to speak. What I kind of care about on this is it's going to make the engine run cooler, in theory, because you're having less of a combustion in your cylinder walls, which means your engine just as a whole is running a whole lot cooler. So that's kind of what is kind of neat about keeping this. And to be honest, that looks kind of cool in there. That paint job did really nice. So yeah. Kind of gives it a factory look while also, like, you know, having some pretty stuff on it. So it's pretty neat. I'm kind of coming around to this orange color. Saw me being questionable when I first started painting it, but it is coming around to me. The more I put on this intake, then the more it covers, you know, this kind of crappy paint job, the better it looks. I'm kind of happy with this, to be honest. I guess I can go and start this while I'm here. This has a cool feature right here where it's so rounded off from the guy before us. You have to tighten it up with a vice grip, so it's kind of a nice feature. We do need to just go ahead and replace this hard line. It's kinked in some areas. I'm not going to say who kinked it, but about half of these was probably me, you know. But that's fine. That's also cross-threaded.
Good.
It's shiny. It's very cheap feeling.
Which is have an O-ring.
Yeah.
I think it's going. Was it big enough to hold the thermostat in place and everything?
Maybe. Just to recap, all we did is we cut them off flush. Let me grab one. Yeah, right here. We cut it off, not exactly flush, but you know. That way we was able to get in here with the impact on at least 7 of these, or 3 of these on this side, and we heated it up, and we just was able to get a 6-point impact on there, and it zapped right off. So we did that because on the other side, which is right here, we tried to get a line wrench on there, and where this is brass, it just kept kind of trying to collapse the fitting, so that wasn't going to work out that great. We got one out. We actually dropped this manifold because, I don't know, it was like 2, 4, 6 bolts, and then 3 bolts down here. It was super easy to take out. They didn't fight us too bad. So that's why this is up on the workbench. So we got this out. We took this to Lowe's, and then we went to AutoZone because for some reason AutoZone had a better selection. I don't know. Also, the guy at Lowe's made us mad. That's a whole different story. But we went there, and we kind of just started eyeing up the fittings to see what kind of matched halfway decent, you know, thinking we was going to be like, oh, we can just cross thread that sucker in there. And we figured out, at least on a 73, we don't know, you know, really what else this fits because we only have a 73. 73 Monte Carlo, that the plugs for the manifolds are a 1/4-inch male NPT fitting. Those fit super well. That's what these are. So we bought that for like $6 just to see if it would fit. And then once we saw it fit, I actually bought a 10-pack on the Amazon for like $4. So that's what we're gonna do. These are different. I don't know which one's which. I feel like they're the same. He's heating that up. We decided.
Huh?
I'm talking to the camera. There's little tubes that stick out in this, and we decided we want those out. You'll see that in a second. It's also going to be easier just to put those plugs in with that manifold off the car. Coming off. Get it off? Mm-hmm. It didn't sound that great. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Nope, won't fit up the bottom.
That seemed heavy.
Huh?
That seemed heavy.
It is heavy.
Those are what we wanted out.
Can I hit it? Can I hit it?
You can hit it. You can try to hit it. So we just freed up a 1/16 of a horsepower just with that. Well, it started to. There you go. Okay, so the valve cover gaskets finally came in. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these on here. So to stick these, this isn't like to seal this off or anything. This is solely to get them to stick to here. That way you don't have to, when you're putting it on, you don't have to fight with the gaskets moving and stuff. This right here is just some 3M weather strip adhesive. I use it for like, I don't know, like a weather strip at the bottom of a garage door. So I'm just going to run this along here. Again, this isn't to seal it off. This is literally just to stick it on here. It usually stays on here pretty good to where you can take these on and off and not have to worry about them coming off at all. Those actually fit really nice, to be honest. I don't even think I said where these valve covers came from, but my dad ordered these for his red 85C10, I don't know, like 2 years ago. He wasn't too happy with how the polish came out. Like, they were advertised as being like borderline chrome, and this isn't. So I didn't use them, so now we're using them. Oop, there's a lot. And also, we had a big old tube of this for a while, because if you order the bigger tube, it's cheaper. But the tube itself, like, we went to use it one day and a hole blew in the side and it ruined like a good half of it at least. So we just ordered the small ones. That way, if that does happen, you don't lose a lot of it. Now, what I do is I'm going to come behind you and just lay this flat on the table like this. And just the pressure of that will keep it good for it to dry. So just make sure all your holes are still lined up. Use like a screwdriver if they're not to do it. Like that one needs moving a little bit. And yeah. Alright, both valve covers are on there and bolted down. This side, since we have a... actually, I didn't show you any of that. We said, okay, well, now's the time if we want to put a mechanical temperature gauge in here, because it was right there. And we did. So we got some gauges ran in here. They haven't been, yeah, they're literally just laying face down. Like, looks like somebody shot them. But those need to be mounted. My dad's doing the interior stuff. Actually, he's been working on a diesel heater over there, which is video before or after this, if you're interested. So none of that's hooked up, but it's hooked up to the block we have. You can't see it, but back there is a mechanical oil pressure gauge. We can hook that up. That way we can read all 5 pounds of this. But to run this, I've had these forever. They're Eastwood. Yeah, there you see, Eastwood was having a huge online sale. And I got like 4 or 5 packs of these. I haven't used them yet. They actually work really good. They're for fuel line, but you know, it's just like a little piece of metal with rubber around it. You can put whatever you want in there. So got those. I think after I added everything, I got some other stuff like a dimple die. I got these for like $2 a pack pretty much, and there's like 10 or 15 in them. Also, they wanted to charge me $22 for shipping, so I found a coupon for free shipping online. So that's what all this is routed with. Keeps it off the exhaust manifold, which is the main thing, and I actually think it looks kind of cool too. Just underneath those valve cover bolts. So yeah, now I am trying to route some heater lines. It's kind of a shame it's going to cover up our EGR valve a little bit, but I'm not sure what else to do about it really. Simply because of the way this is. It's like a switch or something with vacuum. It's sticking up pretty far, so that's just gonna be the way it is. I'll put the line out to make it look pretty. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've accomplished so far. And I'll probably come back when I'm ready to put this behemoth of an air condition back on it. I'm gonna have to put some washers or something for this bracket that overarches this, because this is a taller valve cover and it barely touches. I think I can space it out and make it work. So that's what we're gonna do. No, it is touching. Barely. Threw washers in a little piece of metal later. It's not hitting the valve cover. Now, if anything else will line up, that's going to be a different story. Yep. Wow, that started easy. Now this needs to come up. You know why everybody doesn't do this? Because they're smarter than we are.
You think?
Yeah. Because we don't need a car.
Well, we actually didn't.
We don't need a 50-year-old car.
No.
Let alone another car in general.
Somebody just had to have it.
Yeah, you bought it when I wasn't even here. That wasn't as bad as I put the camera up so if it killed us, we would have it on film. Okay, so it is a couple days later. We have plumbed up everything that still needed to be plumbed up. We got the PCV plumbed up. I've used the word plumb a whole lot in the past 30 seconds, but yeah, everything is pretty much good to go. All the vacuum lines are hooked up. I actually got a new air filter element. You won't believe me if I told you what we did to make this fit, but I ordered the exact same part number as the last one. And this takes an 11.5-inch element. That's the maximum you can put in there. This came in as a 12-inch element. And again, you won't believe me, but we grabbed that element all the way around it and just like shoved it in, and like shoved it in on itself and made it collapse like literally a 1/2 inch, and it fits perfect. You can kind of see in the back where we did it, but I'm not going to show you that because that's facing in the back. I put the best side up front, so that looks pretty good. Air condition lines. The air condition doesn't work on this car right now, but everything gets connected into this little, really nice little wire loom, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. Right here, that didn't need very much. It looks a whole lot better than it did before. But yeah, oh, and we put new belts on it. You can see right there, that wasn't cheap. For some reason, belts are like $15 a piece now for gates. That kind of sucks. But yeah, that's what we did in this video. I'm pretty happy with it. And this is definitely not going to be the last of this car because I don't know if you saw it again before or after this. Can't tell. I got all the rust out of this fender, and I'm fixing to try to get all the rust out of this quarter panel right here before I have to go back to college. That's going to be a job, but I think I can do it within this week. And of course, there's a million other little rusty spots that need to be fixed. And we want to paint this thing, which is going to be cheap. We're going to do it cheaply. Like, it's going to be a Rust-Oleum paint job or something. We're going to spray it, It's not going to be rattle canned. We're not that cheap. Actually, with the price of rattle cans now, you can just about spray anything for the same cost. This interior needs to be gone through and stuff. Again, you can tell I was using it as storage back there. So yeah, that's our 73 Monte Carlo. That's the engine bay at least. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.